Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to First Kids Online. So glad you decided to join us here this morning. Today, we are beginning a series called Promise. God makes promises in His Word, the Bible. And here's the neat thing. He always keeps His promise. God made a promise to Adam and Eve because when God created Adam and Eve, He gave them certain directives, certain commands, certain rules, and they broke them. They ate from a tree that God had told them not to eat from. And because of it, not only they, but the world became broken. And so God made a promise to them that He was going to fix what was broken. Boys and girls, sometimes we have brokenness in our lives. Sometimes we have things that are kind of messy and they're not great. But God promises if we'll turn to Him, if we'll trust in Him, if we'll pray to Him, that He will help us to fix what is broken. If you want to learn more about Adam and Eve's story, look at Genesis chapter 1 and Genesis chapter 3. But our scripture verse today comes from the book of Joshua. It is Joshua 21:45. Well, boys and girls, we're going to learn a little bit more about Adam and Eve today, about sin, about brokenness in this world, and about God keeping His promises. We'll see you back here at the end.
Stories of the Bible. Adam and Eve's sin. This is Adam.
Hey.
And this is Eve.
Hi.
Who were the first people on earth. They lived in the Garden of Eden, which was a beautiful place that had everything they needed. Adam and Eve took care of the animals and could eat from any of the trees in the garden, except for one. This was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, and God told them not to eat from this tree. There were lots of animals in the garden, but the serpent was the most clever of all the wild animals God had made. One day, he asked the woman,
Hey, Eve.
"Did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of these trees in the garden?" Eve said that they were able to eat from all of the fruit trees except the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. For God said, "You must not eat or even touch it. If you do, you will die."
No, that can't be.
"You won't die," said the serpent. "God knows that as soon as you eat it, you will be like God, knowing both good and evil."
Oh.
The woman was convinced. She saw that the tree was beautiful and its fruit looked delicious, and she wanted the wisdom it would give her. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to Adam, and he ate it too. At that moment, their eyes were opened.
Oh, no!
And they suddenly realized they weren't wearing clothes and were embarrassed. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves. When the cool evening breezes were blowing, Adam and Eve heard God walking about in the garden.
Hide!
So they hid from God among the trees. Then God called to Adam, "Where are you?" Adam said, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hid. I was afraid because I was naked." "Who told you that you were naked?" God asked. "Did you eat from the tree I told you not to eat from?" Adam said, "It was the woman you gave me who gave me the fruit, and I ate it." Then God asked Eve, "What have you done?" "The serpent tricked me," she replied. "That's why I ate it." Then God punished the serpent by making it so he would crawl on his belly from then on. He told Eve that she would have great pain in her life. Then God said to Adam that because he listened to Eve and did not obey what God had told him to do, his life would be very difficult. He would have to work hard to get food to eat, God said, "For you were made from dust, and to dust you will return." Then God made them clothing from the animals. But God knew that Adam and Eve could no longer live in the garden because of their sin, so he sent them away and closed up the garden.
Game on!
I got nothing left to lose, 'cause I know you are for me. I can feel it breaking loose, your spirit inside of me, spirit inside of me. I got nothing left to lose, 'cause I know you are for me. I can feel it breaking loose, your spirit inside of me, spirit inside of me. Set us on fire for your revival, your
Hi there, you chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Eduardo.
And welcome to Grow TV.
Welcome. I'm very excited you're here.
He said it.
Welcome to Grow TV. Introducing your host, Carl. And your co-host, Cassie. Where we learn, where we grow, and we talk about Jesus. Once again, welcome to Grow TV.
Hello, everybody. So glad you could be here. And boy, do I have a surprise for you. I want you to meet someone who is very special to me. I was walking through the park one day, and in the middle of the sidewalk, there was this beautiful egg. I was stunned. I didn't know what to do. But what I did know was that if he stayed on that sidewalk, he would get hurt. So I took him home. So I present to you, Eduardo. Say hello, Eduardo. He's shy. What's that? Oh, stop. They're gonna love you. He's a little shy. Don't worry, Eduardo. There's no reason to be shy.
Carl,
Hey, Cassie.
are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Why do you ask?
Really? I mean, you're talking to an egg.
Oh, Cass. Not just any old egg. This is Eduardo.
Eduardo?
Yes, ma'am. He's the cutest little egg in the world. Not only is a 1 in a million egg, he's a 1 in a dozen.
Okay. Did you give him that name?
Sure did. Thought of it myself. You like it?
Sure. It's interesting.
Well, I mean, it wasn't my first choice. You want to hear the other names I thought of?
Not really.
Great! So at first I thought of Shelly because of the shell. Then I thought that wasn't strong enough of a name. Then I thought of Yoko. Scarlett Yoke-Hamilton, Thomas Eggison, Egna, Yokelanda, Lil Yoki, Edgar Allan Poe, Egg Sharon, Egg Xavier, and Greg.
Greg?
Yeah, like egg.
Nice. So what now? Are you guys like best friends now?
We are. When we found each other, it just linked. Like two childhood friends who knew each other since childhood.
Not gonna lie, that's a little weird.
Cassie, you wouldn't understand. It's an egg thing.
I guess.
You should have seen me. We were playing catch just like the old days.
What old days?
Back when I used to play baseball.
You never played baseball.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Carl, take a deep breath.
Eduardo!
Carl, it's okay.
It's not okay! Eduardo! I dropped him! I'm a terrible person!
Carl, you're not a terrible person.
Yes, I am.
No way. You're nice, you're funny, and you make videos that crack people up all the time.
I do?
Yeah.
I make people crack up all the time?
Oh, I didn't
Just
mean...
like how it cracked Eduardo!
Listen, Carl, I think we should talk about this week's story.
What's the point?
Well, I think it'll make you feel better.
Really?
Really. Remember the beginning of the Bible where God created the universe?
Yeah, I do remember that. That was awesome and perfect.
It was, and on the 6th day of creation, God created the first 2 humans ever, Adam and Eve.
And they were pretty perfect too.
They were. It was all created the way God wanted it to be, but something bad happened.
Oh no.
There was a bad snake that lied to Adam and Eve. And after God had made everything, the Bible talks about a serpent talking to Adam and Eve.
A serpent? Like a snake? Why would they talk to a snake?
It's hard to say, but the serpent was very clever. You see, snakes represented the presence of evil or chaos in the world, and that's what the serpent wanted. He wanted Adam and Eve to doubt themselves and want something else, something they knew God didn't want for them. So they listened to the serpent, which no longer made them perfect as God created them.
That's horrible. This is a sad story.
Sure was, but later, in Genesis chapter 3, God made a promise.
What promise did God make?
God promised that even though people are no longer perfect, God's ways would always be, and that God could make what was broken whole again.
So God promised to fix what was broken?
Yep. And you want to know some good news?
I would love some good news.
You just said our big idea. Today's big idea is God promised to fix what was broken.
That's right. And on the count of 100, no, 3, we're all going to say it together. Ready? 1,
2,
3. God promised to fix what is broken. Woohoo! All right. Good job, everyone. Yeah.
So how are you feeling now, Carl?
Better. It hurts seeing something that I love broken, but it's cool to know that God can fix things that are broken. Plus, having an egg as a best friend can be really tough.
I guess you could say it isn't all that it's cracked up to be. See you next week, kids.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Bro TV.
Well, boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed your time with us today. I know my background looks a little bit different if you've been with us here before, but I'm at camp this week, and so I'm recording from camp, and just excited to see you back on Sunday mornings. Well, I hope you learned about Adam and Eve. I hope you learned about God keeping his promises, and I hope you learned about how God can help to fix things that are broken. We love you guys, and we'll see you back here next time.